Good morning, dear students. I hope that you all are healthy and studying diligently. You people should do a self-study because it will help you reading fluency. Okay, students, today I am going to explain about Indian authors and poets. Here a question arises. Is a poet an author? Yes, poets are considered as authors. And differences is only that poet is a person who writes poems while author is the originator or creator of a work, especially of a literary composition. Students, in this chapter, Indian authors and poets, you have to write the name of these Indian authors, okay? And the clues are already given, okay? But in number one, he was a classical dramatist and poet in Sanskrit literature. He was one of the Navratna in the court of Chandragupta Vikramaditya and plays Avichanana, Sakuntalam, and Meghdut are his noted works. Answer is Kalidas. Okay, Kalidas was a classical Sanskrit writer, widely regarded as the greatest poet and dramatist in the Sanskrit language of India. His plays and poetry are primarily based on the Ved, the Ramayana, the Mahabharata, and the Purans. His surviving works consist of three plays, two epic poems, and two shorter poems. He was one of the Navratna in the court of Chandragupta Vikramaditya and plays Malvika and Agnimitra, Urvasi, Sakuntalam, and Meghdut are some of his noted books. Number 2, he was a great writer of modern Hindi and Urdu literature, and his real name was Dhanpat Rai. He wrote nearly 300 stories and novels. His most famous novel is Godan in Hindi. Students, Dhanpat Rai Srivastav, his real name, okay, and better known by his pen name Munshi Premchand, okay, was a great Indian writer, famous for his modern Hindustani literature. He is one of the most celebrated writers of the Indian subcontinent and is regarded as one of the foremost Hindi writers of the early 20th century, and he wrote nearly 300 stories, as already I told, and novels also. His most famous novels is Godan in Hindi, then Satgati, Mazdoor, Satranj Ke Khilari, Gavan, and many more. Now, number 3, she is the first Indian woman to have won the prestigious Booker Prize, and she won this award for her book, The God of Small Things, in 1997. The God of Small Things is the only novel written by her. She is also a political activist involved in human rights and environmental causes. Okay, her name is Sujana Arundhati Roy. Next, number 4. He was a Tamil writer, poet, journalist, a social independence activist, a social reformer. He was a pioneer of modern Tamil poetry and is considered as one of the greatest Tamil literary figures of all time. Okay, he was a poet of the modern Tamil literature. He was born in Tamil Nadu. He was a great patriot and philosopher. His collection of poems, Swadesh Geet, was published in 1970. You know, who was he? He was Subramanya Bharati. Number 5. He was a scholar, freedom fighter, writer, and painter. He wrote the national anthem of India, Jana Gana Mana. He won the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1913 for Gitanjali, a collection of poems. He is also known by his pen name Bhanu Singh Thakur, and he is best known as a poet, but he was a man of many talents. He is none other than our Rabindranath Tagore. Next, number 6. He is regarded as one of the greatest Urdu poets. Diwan-e-Ghalib, which is in 10 volumes, is the collection of his works. He was born on 27 December 1797, and his original name was Mirza Asadullah Beg Khan. Okay, and the answer is Mirza Ghalib. He used his pen name Ghalib. It means dominant and conqueror also. Thank you, students. It's all for today.